was interviewing someone recently whose first language is Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I genuinely don't feel like the people who I just speak English to know me in the same way that people that speak Spanish
That's
do.
true.
Because you're like, there's a certain part of my personality, whether it's sarcasm,
Gets lost.
Do you still feel like that?
Totally. I had such a fear of not fitting in. The language barrier for me was very scary. And it was less about the language, it was more about the cultural
Yes.
barrier. People didn't click with me in a certain way. And so I started putting on this persona. And by the way, drank a lot and was like outspoken and fun and like say off the wall shit. But the raging anxiety that I would feel the next day, and it was out of anxiety, social anxiety. And imagine if you're
Yeah.
trying to represent who you are
Yes.
in Spanish right now.
No, I can't even say my need. You know what I mean? I can barely say like I'm thirsty right now.
Your personality never shines through the same way.
Yes.
You know, it happens to me a lot after I see interviews. I'm like, oh, it didn't land well. And it gives me crippling anxiety. It really kills me when I realize that I feel really bubbly and I feel like my personality is kind of coming through.
Yes.
And then it doesn't land. And then I say something super awkward. And then it's out there and the press takes it or social media takes it. And you're like, oh, fuck. I'm like, oh my God, that's such a poor representation of who I am. That's not what I meant. To me, that's been the most challenging thing, is sort of translating my personality into another culture, into a different language, and feeling like I'm not sacrificing a ginormous chunk of my identity.